Good evening, folks. Welcome to another episode of the Weekly Factor here on Factor of Games. I'm your host, Greg, and we are going to take a look at what won the voting polls this week and also kind of cover over the games that you wanted to see. So these are voted on by you, the viewer. It's not my fault. No. We're going to take a look at it. I've got a couple different things to talk about just throughout the week. It's been busy. There was one exception that I screwed up on for this this round. It was, I think, the first day. It was Monday, the first vote of the week. That one I kind of screwed up on because we had already done Days Gone, and we'd already done, I think it was No Man's Sky. And I put both of those in. It was a long week. I was working till 3, 4 in the morning, and then driving home 2 hours, and then turning around doing the same thing. So yeah, it was kind of a long week. It got better at the end. I was doing much better, and I remembered it. But the weekly poll on Monday had two other games that were somewhat voted on. I mean, they didn't win necessarily, but they were definitely catching up. And one was Subnautica, and one was The Long Dark. Well, Subnautica won out of that. So, because there's episodes with Days Gone running, and I think it's episode 5, which if you just check the playlist, you can see all the episodes that I've done for the show. And the other one was like episode 16, maybe 15, 16, that had No Man's Sky in it. So we're going to do Subnautica since it came in third, but it actually came in first because the other two were already done. The rest of the week was fine. It was just that one. So let's take a look at actually what those are, and we can discuss while we're getting ready. Let's see, Bellwright. So Bellwright did win. I think that was Wednesday's vote. I think so. And there was a sale going on for, different types of crafting games. So Bellwright is that. Silk Air, welcome. Mondays, am I right? Yeah, Mondays was rough. Man, it was really rough. And I thought I had it all down pat. And I'm like, we haven't done Days Gone. We haven't done, No Man's Sky. Why wouldn't we have done these? And then after I started to play it for the download of the game today, I was like, man, we played this because I know exactly where we left off, and I know it was during the show because I showed it on both devices. So they're there. They've already been shown, so why would we show them again? That was my screw up, though. So we will, when we get it right next week, but or this week coming. But yeah, Bellwright was one on here, and we're going to show that on both devices. Of course, Multiverse, that came out this week. Or relaunched this week. I don't know if they call it a relaunch or the full release. It was in beta about a year and a half ago. Interesting game. I like it. It plays exactly like Smash Brothers now. It is free to play. So if you use the link below, it takes you right to the Steam page, and you can download it for free. Plays on and lower end PCs from what I even understand. So it's actually it's fun. It's a lot of microtransactions. That you've got to buy, they've got multiple currencies that you're earning, but the earning's really slow. So it's like, if you want to get a character, there's better ways to get a character, but you could play through it, or not better ways. Let me say that it's not a better way to play to get the character. It's just an alternative way, right? You can just buy the characters that you want to play with. Then we did, a vote for kind of beat 'em ups, and that was Fridays. I think it was River City Girls 2 won that. And we'll talk about that. There's actually a really interesting deal on that you can get like a bunch of these beat 'em ups, like arcade style beat 'em ups, if you like those at a decent price. And then Tainted Grail, the Fall of Avalon, that one won Tuesday's vote, I think it was. That's another one where it's kind of on sale. They're pushing it right now during that Steam promotion that's going to go through Monday morning. And then I think we're getting either next week or the week after is a Steam like indie event, right? So I think that's going to be one of the next 2 weeks. And then obviously the Steam summer sale is coming here towards the end of June going into July. Subnautica was the one that we I basically picked because the other two had already been shown and I had screwed that up. And then the game I picked this week is The Tribe Must Survive. This one just released this week, and it's kind of a neat little survival crafting not city builder, but like kind of like that, right? In the same veins as some of the other ones out there where it's like you got to build your area, you're going to get attacked. It's like They Are Billions in a way, if you've ever played that. So another interesting game. So let's take a look as we go through. But as I was saying, for River City Girls, if you like these types of games, over on Humble Bundle, that's my Restream stuff. Over on Humble Bundle, they've got this brutal beat 'em ups bundle going on for $20. You get 7 games, and it's actually a pretty decent deal. Battletoads is in there. They did that one. There was a co-op gameplay. All of these have co-ops. Welcome, Poppy. How are you? Did I try to escape from Tarkov? I don't know. Did I? I might have. I didn't play it this week. I haven't tried it. I will, though. We'll get into trying some of them. But yeah, all of these for $20. I thought it was interesting. I like some of these. There's a couple other ones I'd like to have seen in this. They do have Double Dragon. Battletoads, like I said, is interesting. The original River City Girls comes off a River City Rampage. And I wish they would have had like Scott Pilgrim in that. That's another great one, but that's an Ubisoft. Well, it was an Ubisoft game. I don't know if they still publish it or not. I think they still do. And there was another one I can't think of off the top of my head of these type where it's kind of like a beat 'em up. Oh, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle one. That one would be kind of nice to have in this, but $20 for 7 of these games. They're all pretty good. They're all highly rated or reasonably rated. Some are highly rated, but some are just kind of like 72% for this one, which I've never played that one. And yeah, not a bad deal. And the link is below. It's under the River City Girls 2. I was going to say Power Rangers, not that, or Powder Puff Girls. But yeah, that's going to be the kind of the deal from Humble this week. There's a couple other ones that are on there. And if you go over to Humble, you can check them out. It does help the channel if you buy anything over there. You don't have to buy anything, obviously, but I thought that one was a pretty good deal, and we were going to check that out anyhow during the show. So that is going on. What should we start with? I don't know. Should we just start with Multiversus since that's the big one of the week? I think a lot of people were looking for that one. So let's jump in and check that out. This is the Legion Go. Actually, let's start with the Steam Deck. Let's kind of go the way we normally do in order. Yeah, they should make a Powerpuff Girl, Papa. Yeah, that would be it'd be pretty funny if they did. I mean, well, actually, funny enough, Multiversus WB owns, I think, the Powerpuff Girls because Mojo Jojo's in it. So I don't know. Maybe one of these days we'll see them in Multiversus. But yeah, they should make a beat 'em ups for that. That would be fun. I would like that. That would be actually pretty cool. I've always enjoyed their show. It was, I forget when did that come out. That was like late 90s or early 2000s that the Powerpuff Girls were really making it on the Cartoon Network, right? That's where they were. That's where they ultimately were. So Multiversus, though, like I said, fun game. The beta was interesting. This one plays a lot more like Smash Brothers, so which is good. That's not a bad thing. Ultimately, you're going to spend a lot of money, though, I think. No, you hate Multiversus stuff. But their own universe would be awesome. Yes, that's what I was saying. Like a beat 'em ups, like a true arcade beat 'em ups with the 3 Powerpuff Girls would be interesting. Yeah, not everybody likes Multiversus. That's for sure. It's definitely got its own crowd, but we won't spend too much time on it. We'll just kind of go through, show kind of the performance on this. I did a real view video of this running on the Steam Deck specifically. I haven't done it on the Legion Go, so we'll take a look at that. Legion Go got a couple updates this week. Last week, I think it was a BIOS update. This week, they did an update, I think, to the graphics drivers, which helped you play Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, which they needed to do that. So, are we even getting audio? I'm not hearing it. Let's turn it all the way up. There we go. Now I hear it. So, you know, the original one, you had everybody unlocked, I think, for the beta. You had everybody unlocked when the beta went down, if you kept it installed or kept it in your Steam account. When the beta was originally around, what they did for characters was they had tickets. So I bought the Founders Edition or something like that. So I got 15 tickets or something like that. I haven't spent a ton of the tickets. I think I still have, I'm covering it up, but how many do I have? I still have 13 tickets because I haven't bought really any of the characters yet. But a ticket now still is usable to unlock one character. And I figured maybe we would unlock one for now just to kind of show it. Let's do, does anybody have a preference? Can't handle broken characters. Yeah, there's a lot of that. I was playing earlier and I was just I thought the Joker was actually pretty decent until I played a lot against a Bugs Bunny and a lot against Shaggy. Those two are really tough. Like, they're kind of overpowered. They can just break anything, it seems like. There's Marvin the Martian. I think we should probably, let's just jump in and grab, who did I need, or who do I want to play around with? We'll just I haven't played Marvin the Martian, so let's do him. Let's just throw a ticket at him. Or Velma. Yeah, well, Velma is really nerfed from the beta. She's not as tough as she once was. Like, she was pretty good the last, like, really kind of broken in a way. But yeah, she doesn't seem to have as much in this round, like this version, right? The new version. Let's see here. We got Marvin. Let's check him out. I haven't played around with them too much. So, just if you didn't know the game, they've added rifts, right? So there's kind of the PvE, I guess you would say. Like, you're playing the computer, right? In these, you got your daily rewards. You've got your specific ones. So there's going to be a ton of this stuff. She is a human at the end, yeah. You go in. You can just drop in, and you can get your daily rewards, stuff like that. Some of them, like, if you haven't seen these, they're like target shooters. They were kind of like the mini games that were in, like, with the weight bag and stuff like that in Smash Brothers. No. She would never, like, legitimately, she should never have that. I guess in this multiverse, she's still tough, but yeah, definitely. She would never go up against them. So you can do, like, the target shooting. You can go in and just capture a daily reward. We'll just go in and play this one. I haven't tried Marvin yet. We'll see. And then after we take a look at this, we'll jump over. I would like to play online. You can play online either with either of these devices. It's no problem. It plays just fine. But if I try to play online, it's going to screw something up on the stream. Again, with Starlink, it's not going to do very well trying the game online, because it'll break. The stream will go down or something will happen. It's happened multiple times. But you can either one of these play just fine. I had actually showed online play on the Steam Deck in the real view video, and I'll do it for the Legion Go when I do that video. Now this is just a computer player, so not too tough. You've got your armor breaking, but you've got your strong, which essentially works just similar to Smash Brothers. Right? You're just basically trying to knock each other out. It's an arena. I guess you'd call it an arena. I don't even know who this character is. What's her name? Garnet? I don't know what she is. I've never seen her in anything. And then you do have a little bit of interesting selection in some of the stages. Like, they're basically themed around, like, Batcave, Scooby-Doo, the other ones I've seen. Adventure Time, they've got a stage. I think there's a is there a... Oh, there we go. I think there's a... What is it? The Marty and the Professor. Rick and Morty. With Rick and Morty, I think there's a stage where it actually is moving constantly. I think that's their stage. And it's kind of an interesting way to play because it keeps you definitely on your toes. You got to basically work your way across the stage and then back again as it moves and it steps and pitfalls. And it's basically like a game of, it looks like the Angry Birds, or not Angry Birds. What was it? Flappy Bird. Something like that, right? Like Flappy Bird stage. Oh, come on. All right, Papa, have a good night. But yeah, that's kind of the way the game it works. And overall, pretty fun. I've enjoyed the beta. I enjoyed this one too, but here's your daily rewards that you can pick up out of this. And if you've got the right characters. Each character is assigned a class, like Velma and Shaggy are the detective classes, as well as I think Batman is. And then you've got the villain classes, which is like Joker and Jason. Then you've got like the assassin class, which I guess is Marvin in that sense. I never thought of him as an assassin, but you just go through claim and it's going to build up your character. And essentially you're just working to blow through that battle pass right in that way. But it runs fairly well. Like it bounces a little bit and we could adjust that. Like if we go in, we can check and see the settings. This is on the Steam Deck, by the way. If we go into graphics, you will see we're on best quality, but obviously we could bounce that down, which is going to lower the upscale. It's gonna upscale it for us, right? In that sense, but I think we have some kind of high and some medium mixture. If we go in and just do medium, that may give us a little bit better performance. Oh, Benman. He's just finishing. Well, welcome everyone. Is it Mary Kate? Welcome. Calibric Apocalypse? Ellipse? Or no, wait, what is it? Cabriolipso, I think it is. Welcome. Luna, welcome. Good to see you again. Give Gab Fishy, welcome. Oh, thanks everybody. Thanks, Ben, for stopping in again. Hope everybody's having a good evening. I don't know what's going on with my... Oh, I can't scroll backwards in chat. I remember that with this program, but I don't think I missed anybody. Welcome. Okay, what was it? Calibri Calypso. Gotcha. Welcome. I'll get it right this time. The Apocalypse. Hey, Ben, how are you? Welcome. What were you playing? What were you guys watching? We were just checking a little bit of the multiverse out. Let's see. We'll jump in and do Shaggy on this one just to kind of show real fast what the frame rate looks like on medium, which will probably hold a steady like 60. Kali is fine. Okay, Kali, welcome. I'll get it. What was it? Calibri? Calypso, right? That's it. Marvin the Martian. Yeah, we just picked up Marvin. I hadn't played him yet. We were just kind of checking him out. Oh, Persona 5. You're still going through that. That's right. Did you ever play Persona Arena? Didn't they have like a fighting game? Didn't they take like... Was it Persona 5 and they moved it, or Persona 4? I can't remember. They made a separate game. I'm just doing the PvE side of the rifts, which they added. The reasoning is, like with Starlink, you don't really have a good chance to play online and stream at the same time because it'll cause issues with the actual video. But it plays online just fine with the Steam Deck and stuff like that. So I actually have had a really good experience, but I've heard people on Xbox have had a horrible experience, and PlayStation's having a lot of network, although it's playing fairly good. It's having a lot of like network disconnects. I've seen that a couple times when I've played people that were on PlayStation, because it's crossplay right now. As you can see, we're holding a solid 60. Game is way too loud. Gotcha. It's hard to tell sometimes with some of these. You can drop that down. There we go.
Your Scooby snacks are mine.
I'll take that. We'll show just this round here, and then we'll jump over to Legion Go. But yeah, this one, you know, we're playing 720p on medium settings, and now we're holding 60 frames per second, no problem, on the Steam Deck. Oh, there we go. Got rid of it. Whoops, lights. Yeah, no kidding. What could ever go wrong? You know, I think it'll be okay once they get going and they spend a little bit more time kind of optimizing everything, optimizing the builds. You know, the Xbox one, I don't know what the real big issue with that one is, but it's been having a lot of problems from what I've heard. Let's go ahead and quit out of here, and we'll jump over to the Legion Go for just a few minutes and take a look at it on there. So this is the Legion Go. Now this one will be at 1080p. And again, there's a little bit more power in this one, so it's going to get a little bit more. Yeah, that was on the deck, Ben. Yep. That one, it ran fairly well. It wasn't 60 frames per second on the beta, but now obviously they've made sure it runs really, really solid. Xbox network structure. Yeah. Yeah, you know, I've got my own complaints about Xbox. I know what you mean. But yeah, that one can be a little rough to play on there. It used to be the most solid platform that you could play on online, but not much anymore. Do I have any characters that I find... I like the Joker, but Joker's kind of slow. His moves really slow him down. But I like playing him. Jason's okay. I haven't really played around with LeBron. Marvin, I just played with him for a few minutes, but Shaggy does really well. Shaggy's overpowered, and so is Bugs. They have just a lot of their moves can just break out of anything. And they usually, if you're playing one of those two, we'll play Shaggy, you're going to win for sure. That's what it seems to me. Definitely in a 2-on-2 or 2 versus 2, you're definitely going to have an advantage. So let's lock Shaggy in.
It's Shaggy time.
Yeah, I know. That all makes sense. We were laughing about that. Like, how can Velma or anybody take on Spider-Man or Superman or Batman? But yeah, they were OP, like OP. Like Velma was definitely in the original one. I think Shaggy was as well. Let's see. We will let's jump in and just see. So we're playing 1080p, and we'll just jump back in. And this one has a little bit more power. And I'm wondering, is it going to show... See, it's not showing the FPS again, and then there's a bunch of stuff down on the bottom. I don't know how well this is going to show up for us. There he is. Oh, we got Uncle Shagsworth. We'll play him. It's got that, like, information on the build down in the corner. I hope that goes away. Nope. Well, it might when we start playing. It might just be hanging out there for the time being. There it is. Down in the left-hand corner, you can barely see it, but it says 60 frames per second. For some reason, I was saying the Legion Go put out a bunch of updates over the past 2 weeks. It broke the FPS counter again that's up in the right-hand corner. For whatever reason, they can't get that right. So, yeah, we're getting 80. I'm looking at it. I can see it down in the corner. It's like 80 frames per second. So we could probably put it on 2560 by 1400 or 1440. Is he going to go down? Nope, he's hanging out. He's just floating around. There he is. Yeah, Shaggy's got like this. He definitely has kind of like the Street Fighter, like Ken and Ryu, like uppercut. That's super good. Oh, I can't get him. Why am I not hitting that guy? Oh, I'm gonna drown. Get up here. There we go. Velma and Shaggy both. Yeah, it should be. I'm just playing horribly. And that gremlin, he's actually, I've seen him playing. People have played with him pretty well. If they learn him, he's pretty powerful. He's got a lot of moves that like just shoot him across the screen. He's got this chainsaw move that just will throw him, and that skateboard there. Let's see if I can. Nope, I can't get him. Not powerful enough. Oh, come on. I'm already into the 200s. What the hell? I was going to say, I had to be knocked out. He knocked both of us out.
You're lucky I am a man of manners.
Kamikaze gremlin. Yeah, for sure. And then there's like certain events that you have to do in each level. Like, I don't know if you saw the little, like, detective spy. What do they call those? Detective, like, what are those things called? Oh, I can't think of it. Oh, I gotta get Velma out here. There we go. Get him. What do they call it? Magnifying glass. Jeez, couldn't think of it. Like, for example, the detective, like, things that you've got to go after are the magnifying glasses. So you'll get, like, points. If you get so many, you get an extra star, and all of that's building up that battle pass bar and unlocks. Yeah, exactly. I know what you're saying. I do the same. It had been a while, though. I didn't really get a chance to play too much. There's one of our dailies, so we can grab that. So, yeah, I mean, you can see the games. I mean, they're running 80, you know, this one on here, 60 to, or 70 to 80 frames per second. But I bet if we were to put it on 2560 by, what is it, 1440 or 1400, whatever the number is, it would probably be able to do 60 frames per second still. And I think, let me just check that. I think that we're still on kind of high medium settings. Let me check that real fast. Oh, I'm still getting Batman stories. There we go. And I think we can call this good because the gameplay is just fine. Let's see. Best quality. Yeah, we're actually no upscaling. And we are kind of low medium, I guess. But we could probably throw it into high on 1080p and not have a problem. But keep this setting, bump up the resolution. We'd probably still be at 60 frames per second. So overall, like, you can take these games on the go. Like the Legion Go is portable, just like the Steam Deck, and be fine. So let's jump into our next game. And we'll jump back over to the Steam Deck to do this one. Wonder if Lenovo will actually try to sell the Legion instead of ignoring it as they. I don't know. That's a good question. They've been. It's a good device. Let's just say that, and they don't really promote it a lot, like you're saying, but they've been updating it, so it's still getting that love. But in my opinion, you know, between the Legion Go, the ROG Ally, and the Steam Deck, I mean, the Steam Deck's the way to go because it'll be supported for years to come. Valve just supports everything, right? They still support their Index VR headset that really doesn't compete that much with the Oculus 3 or the MetaQuest 3, but you know, they still support it and they still sell it. So I would imagine the Steam Deck will have a long life compared to a ROG Ally or a Lenovo that only make money on the hardware and they don't make a ton of money on the hardware, right? They just don't have that kind of overhead to really keep supporting it after a certain period of time. So they'll either bring out a second one like they're doing with the ROG Ally, or they'll get out of it and just kind of say, okay, the Steam Deck's just this, they own this sector, which right now, in my opinion, they probably have 5 million units out there compared to maybe 100,000 or 200,000 of the ROG Ally or the Lenovo Legion Go. ROG Ally maybe at 500,000, but it's still pretty low. Index is the best headset hardware wise. Yeah, it's actually pretty good. The one that is going to be interesting is the PlayStation VR2 that's going to get, hopefully, I know they're saying they're working on it, but hopefully it's going to get the actual drivers to just plug into your PC. That'll be nice. Steam Deck's around 6 million. Well, that's good. Yeah, with all SKUs. That would make sense. Steam Deck is a great device. Let's see. We're on it now. Let's jump into, what do we want to check out? Tainted Grail? The Skyrim killer? It's very similar to Skyrim. That's what it feels like, but it's not that good. But yeah, the Steam Deck, I think, will just continue to dominate that area until the Nintendo Switch 2 or whatever Nintendo's going to bring out comes out. And if it's a portable, docking capable device, it'll probably be more powerful than the Steam Deck, I would hope. Given that the Steam Deck's already 2 years old, a little bit over. All right. So, Tainted Grail, the Fall of Avalon. So this one, we've got everything set to 720. So resolution is set to 720. I think it's got FSR 3. Valve will just release, yeah, most likely they'll come out with, a competitive device, I would think. So everything's set to low, FSR 3.0, with FSR set to performance. So it's definitely not the highest quality picture, but let's just see what we're going to get. I think I know what we're going to get because I already played a bit. Briefly thought the noise in the games were making something fall. We're making something fall. I don't understand, Colin. I know that we had the audio off, and again, it might be off here as well, so we're going to have to adjust it. Is this deck verified? I want to say it is not. It doesn't play horribly, though. I mean, obviously, looking at it like this, it probably doesn't look amazing, right? Given that you're seeing the stream like really micro or magnified a lot, right? In that sense, because of just direct capture. On the deck itself, it looks really good. And on the Lenovo Legion Go, you get a little bit more power, so you can tweak some things. But for this one, definitely it's a little less than probably what you would expect. Here, we'll just kind of work our way up through this area. It does seem kind of low, though. I'm going to turn this one up. The audio's down quite a bit. Oh, I get you, Colby. Yes, gotcha. I thought maybe there was some sound that I wasn't aware of that was going off. Let's see, some token stuff. It does play a lot like Skyrim, for sure, but most of these things would. Let's get a little bit of a view up here. Don't think we can go that way. I think we actually have to go... If I'm not mistaken, I think we got to go that way. We came from a dungeon. Oh, can we just fall? No damage? I think we have damage, though, if we fall. Oh, maybe this was the way through. But yeah, you can see, I mean, at this setting, we're getting 60 frames per second in the open world. Let's check all of our people for their stuff. I'm just going to kind of run over this a ways. Now, we will try to up some of the settings on the Legion Go, though, since it's got a little bit extra power. Did everybody have a good week? I know that probably a lot of folks... Oh, did I just walk in a circle? I did. We don't want to go that way. We'll go back out this way. And we can swim. I don't know if we can get over there, though. This game's on sale right now from one of the Steam events that's going on. What is that? The crafting event? What do they call that? Open world survival crafting. So there was two. I think we picked 2 games out of this week, or people voted on 2 games this week that were in there for sure. Been working freelance like crazy. Nice. You've had a good week as well? Nice. Oh, you won a Sims 4 expansion. Oh, very nice. What was that for? Was that for the Steam version or was that for the EA version? I'm just curious. How did that... I've got it on EA. I've never played Sims on Steam, but I know that they launched it on Steam. I've never tried it, though. I have that EA pass, so I could give it a try. What was... I'm looking for this game right now to see if it's verified. I'm going to have to go into here. We'll go all the way over to the castle here. So this one's not verified yet. It's playable. I'm going to see if they show like any issues. In some games, the text will be hard to read. That's usually the killer for a lot of these. The text, you know, if the developer doesn't do specific things, the text is just going to be super tiny. And even if they have like a HUD scale, that doesn't necessarily give any benefit to... We can't climb up the rocks, can we? And this isn't Skyrim. No. Where's our horse? But yeah, the text can be really tiny on the Steam Deck, and that will kind of cause it to not be verified. Although that's not a huge thing, because mostly if the text is tiny for the menu structure, you can still see it. It's mainly going to be... Can we get it this way? No, we're going to have to swing around. It's mainly going to be the text that you want to be able to read, right, in the story. So, like books, for this case, books, in-game text, and that all seemed legible. I wasn't complaining, and I have to wear glasses normally, so. It was from EA. Got to pick a pack for choosing. Okay, very cool. Oh, gifted subs? Nice, man. Do you like do the call outs for using your Amazon Prime sub? That's always an easy win, I would imagine, for people that are on Twitch. If you want to support somebody, just if you got Amazon Prime, which I would have to imagine a lot of people have Amazon Prime. You can always just tick that and throw it on somebody. I was just seeing if we can get around. Oh my God, I was going to drown. If we get around this corner, then we can jump over to the Legion Go, kick off the exact same save. I think we'll be okay. But yeah, 60 frames per second. There's not a lot of trees, though, things like that. What I will do before we get out of the Steam Deck, let's just kind of work our way over here. Nope, I can't. I want to turn it all the way up to high and just take a look and see what kind of performance we get on the Steam Deck with it, you know, kind of above where we should be. So let's, is it going to allow me to change? Yes. Let's put it on ultra. Oh, it might have to restart. Although the sky and everything definitely looks like it's seeing a benefit from that. Let's see if we can... There's no trees or anything. You notice that. I think we ended up with 30 plus gifted subs tonight. That's fantastic, man. Congratulations. Good community. A lot of rocks. Let's just see. Oh, there's some flowers, colors, things like that. But let's get back to an area where I can save. And you can see, like, even with it on max, I mean, some points it's like dropping down to 60, 40, 60 frames per second. From 60, it's dropping down to 40. Sky looks better. Let's just say it. All right. Let me get over here, and then we will save and jump over to Legion Go. Take a look at that really fast. Slow. I should have just stayed on the other island, because I think there was actually quests over there. Yeah, you know, it's definitely like its own flavor of an RPG, right? The combat is better, I think, though, in this, because you actually have like a Dark Souls style combat. I'm not saying it's Dark Souls. What I'm saying is, like, you can dodge. Wow, that water is super dark down there. You can dodge. You can, you know, obviously block. It's a little bit faster in that sense. So you have equipment that it's a little bit easier too to understand the equipment and how it affects your character. But yeah, you have your sword, two-handed, singles. I mean, a lot of that stuff's very similar, but like I can dodge, like not roll out of the way, but kind of roll out of the way. You got your block. You can push, so you have that. Obviously your strikes. You can dual weapon, so two-handed. I thought I could go up that way, but no. Let's go ahead and jump out of here and jump over to the Legion Go and kind of see what it'll run at. And then we'll kind of go back over. We won't take too much longer. Let's see. Exit out. Oh, did I save that? I don't think I did. I don't really care about overwriting. There we go. That time it did. Exit game. And let's switch over to Legion Go. There we go. Man, I got to take that light off there. I keep hitting it when I hit mute. Skyrim is known for its combat being... It's not known for... Yeah, true. All right. Let's see. On this one... What do we got? 10 EP. And let's just go ahead and bump this to Ultra. We'll start out there. Well, no, if we do that, I think it'll be okay. It'll be okay. Because it doesn't have to restart the game. It just has to, you have to kind of bounce out and go back in. We'll see if this looks any better. Yeah, not exactly new. Yeah, definitely. But you got to figure Skyrim, Elder Scrolls V was in development for quite a considerable amount of time, right? And had a much larger team than this does on it. So this is on Ultra 1080p for the Legion Go. And we're getting 30s. So definitely not bad. I mean, for these types of games, you could definitely play at 30 frames per second. But we can get it to 60 if we drop some stuff down too. I know that for a fact. Oh, we've hit the edge of the world here. Visually, it looks much better, yeah. The fidelity you get is considerable. Still don't really have much of a view underwater. I think if you're in the bay, though, you get a little bit, because it's pretty deep here from what I remember. Let's just kind of go back over to where we were, and we'll get a better idea. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely hanging in at about 30. So it's taking, and this is plugged in. This is with it on performance mode. So you're seeing kind of the capabilities being pressed. This would probably be the bare amount of frames and everything that I would be willing to play on. Now you can, the nice thing is here, you could put this on 1280 by 800 or 1280 by 720 if we're playing on here. And then you would be able to play a little bit better fidelity in terms of graphics settings, but you would probably still be well below 60, I would think. Cooking pot's got food in it. Let's go back over this way. Actually, can we go around this way? We're obviously on the deserted isle type. There's a pirate ship out there. So you forget what 60 and 80 looks like? Yeah, for sure. I mean, big difference between a 4080 and a Steam Deck or the Legion Go, right? But I agree. I mean, it definitely looks less than what you want to play at in certain areas. Okay, so let's go in and see if we can adjust this. So let's bring this down to low, and we'll kind of see what our max is going to be. 60s. Okay, now we're back to 60s. I think we could probably restart the game. And it would maybe, I'm not sure, is VSync on? Are we locked to, we shouldn't be locked to 60 because we're at 144 display. Let's turn that off. Target FPS, unlimited. Let's see what we get to. 70s. Let me do this. I'm going to save really fast. We'll just restart the game. Not really restart the game, but we'll just we'll jump out to the menu and jump back in and see if it resets anything else. There we go. Yeah, that's true, Ben. Yeah, their games run at 30 and they're good. So, okay, you play on a laptop? Collaborate? All right, so let's see. What are we getting now? We're back to 60. What's our settings at? Thought we were getting better than that. Low, performance, VSync off, unlimited. Okay, 64. Oh, no, that says 80. Sorry, 80. I was seeing it as 60. 80, 79, 70s. Okay. I thought we came through this area. I don't know if we can go back. No. Did you guys see the Sony State of Play? They had, what was it that they were showing off? They had, here we go. Here's a little area. Steal some riches. They were showing off that they're going to be bringing Until Dawn to PC. There's another little area we can scoot into. Another go to pilfer. But yeah, depending upon where we're at, how far we're looking off into the horizon, we're getting 70 to 80 now. Yeah, Until Dawn, I'm interested to play with some of the updates. Definitely God of War 2 Ragnarok. I would like to play it, or God of War Ragnarok. I didn't play it on PS5, so that'll be nice for me. First time in a while I played a game that I haven't played on PS5 that came from Sony. You'll probably stream Until Dawn. Yeah, that would make sense. But yeah, we can kind of see the performance here. I think it's good though. We can go ahead and jump out. The game pretty much plays just fine. There's no issues or anything that I'm running into. Let's jump back over to the Steam Deck and let's take a look at we can take a look at Subnautica. Right? Because that was 1, 2. This will be 3, 4, 5. And then this is the sixth one. Okay. Yeah, let's take a look at Subnautica. Until Dawn is getting an next-gen update. They originally said they weren't doing. Yeah, that'll be nice. The one that I wish they would have done was obviously Bloodborne, but they still haven't given up that. Still have not given in. Okay, so Subnautica obviously is verified. It says right there on the main page. The graphics I have set where you can get 60 is medium. You can go up to high and get kind of like a 45, 50 range. I am going to turn motion blur all the way off. Let's just jump in. Oh, this one's doing the game volume again. Yeah, it's loud. That game volume just bounces all around. Is that any better? Or is that still a little too loud? We can push that down a little bit further. There we go. So Subnautica is another favorite crafting game of mine. I don't know if I really cared for Subnautica 2 as well. I don't know why. Nostalgia or whatever it is. But definitely the first one, Subnautica, is a fun game. Oblegs, welcome. Yeah. Subnautica's in, performance-wise, it's an older game. There's no doubt about it. But, I mean, we're seeing 60 frames per second on the Steam Deck. So that's not too shabby to be able to play on the go. Now, you can't run it in VR as far as I know. Maybe you might be able to get away with that on the Legion Go. It might be powerful enough to do VR. If you were to hook your Meta Quest 3 into it. Or 2. Via, like, USB. Here, we'll even go up a little bit. There's not really a lot of things that we can... What's that, metal? There's not a lot of things that we can get into that are going to change the frame rate really too much. No, it can't. I've tested it. Tried to get it to do it. It wouldn't do it. But the Legion Go was able to do it. So if you plug it in, you can run the Valve Steam VR, and it will attempt it. Now, does it run it well? Depends on the game. And even then, it's not going to run it amazingly well. And if you don't have 90 frames per second realistically in each eye, you're not going to have a good experience. 120 would be the best, but 90 is at least passable for VR. Here we can look above. It would take us a while to get over to the ship, but yeah, I mean, this game, again, playing it on the go. I don't know if it's showing how much power it's pulling, but it's probably still pulling about 15, 16, maybe up into 20 watts. So you're probably going to get 2.5 hours on the Steam Deck Oled. Oh yeah. Yeah, no. It runs really well. If we were to unplug the Steam Deck, which is going to make it disappear and come back, I don't really want to do that. It would show us the wattage, but I think we're using probably around like 18, probably 16 to 20 watts right now to achieve this. If we throw it on high settings, because we have it on like a medium setting right now, as far as I know. Let's go up to high. There we go. Is there one higher? No, there's not. High is good. Let's just do that. So now we're getting like a little bit shy of 60, 50s, 40s in the underwater. Oh, it's a really good game. I would suggest like anybody to play Subnautica 1. It's fun. If you like survival crafting games, it's done very well. And it even does support VR in the build that you have. It's kind of like No Man's Sky where they just give it to you. So if you do have a VR headset, you could play all of this in VR. The whole game's there. So let's bounce over. We'll get out of here and we'll jump into the Legion Go. Which the Legion... Oh, I didn't close out the game. Hang on. I gotta do that first. The Legion Go for sure. We'll be able to run this. I bet on high settings at 1080. That's my guess. Let's jump in and try it. I have the MetaQuest 3. I like it. I definitely appreciate having VR, even though I don't play it often. Every once in a while I'll get just an itch for it and like be able to go and jump into it. I think you could achieve the same with the Oculus 2. I had that, gave it to a buddy of mine. It when I got the 3, and it's a great device. Both of them are good devices. If you like the pass-through stuff, the Oculus 3 is better. It's not as good as the Vision Pro from Apple, but it's still good. So let's see, what were we looking at? We were going to go up to high, right? Here we go. You can kind of see the water in the background too. Like if we were to go low, you definitely see less detail. Go to high, a little bit more. Go to medium, go to a little bit more. Go to high, you get a lot more reflection, stuff like that. Motion blur, we can always turn that off. I don't care for it. But we are playing. Oh, right. We are playing at. I believe we're playing at 1080p. Oh yeah, they fixed that though, Ben. That's what I was saying earlier before you rated. Legion Go put out a, I guess an AMD specific driver update for the Legion Go that does support it now, so everything's fine. You could still make it work, but yeah, last week it was crashing it left and right. Well, I guess I was wrong. This is getting like 42 frames per second, 44 at 1080p. There's 60, but when we look down at detail, that's where we lose. So if we go in and we would adjust it to medium, I bet we almost get a lock 60. Yeah, 63, 65, 66, 70. So yeah, it's definitely a little bit, there's 90s, 100 and some. Where's our buoy? There it is. keep dropping out. Give me 1 sec. Where did it go? There it is. I don't know why it fell off. You're going to be streaming. Yeah, Persona's a long game. There's no doubt. So we're in the 70s, 80s, 70s, 90s up here on medium, 1080p. So yeah, the Legion Go, it's got enough power to kind of do this stuff a little bit more. So let's go ahead and jump out of here. And we will jump into our next game. Now we're kind of cranking through these tonight. Trying to make this a little bit tighter, you know, in general, like get through the games. Maybe we could, you know, leave an hour to play at the end, but I'd like to still do this in 2 hours. So here's the Steam Deck once again. And let's jump into River City Girls 2. Take a quick look at that. We'll do the same thing on the Legion Go, and then we'll do Bellwright. Do a longer stream. And try to really get through chunks of Persona 5. That wouldn't be bad. How long do you usually stream for, Ben? 3 hours, 4 hours? All right, River City Girls, if you don't know, comes from River City, Rampage, I think it was, from the original Nintendo days. And River City was kind of like a beat 'em up, arcade style beat 'em up. There we go. Three to 4 hours, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Gotcha. Okay. Did you really like it, Calabri? Nice. Did you play it yourself, I take it? Or at least one of the other Personas? Ben wasn't a fan going into it. All right, let's see. We do have online play. Settings are going to be just basic, right? Like just going to show you your resolution. Now it's saying 1080p. The Steam Deck can do 1080p on another screen, right? It's mainly set to do, it's only going to do it up to 1280 by 800p when you're playing on the device itself. But given that we're trying to show everything on the Steam Deck at 720 or 1280 by 720, let's just move that down and we'll lock it in there. All right, did that lock it in? Yeah. Okay, good. So now let's go in. It's not, these games aren't pushing anything crazy power demands on the machine itself, so this should play 60 just fine. And it would play 90 if we were on the device screen because it supports 90 frames refresh. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Callie was... Oh, were your introductions to it. I got you. Ben was already a fan. Understood. Hasn't missed a second stream of it. Yeah, well, they get addicting to like learn everything. Let's see. Can we swap? Yep. Let's just swap with one of these guys. I haven't played with him yet. Yeah, long RPGs, man. I'll tell you, on Twitch, the best streams in terms of like viewership and everybody that I ever really had was always Skyrim or some kind of RPG. I mean, Dark Souls did well, stuff like that, but yeah, it was definitely an RPG of some type. Never played Persona 5 or Persona on stream, but yeah, those were big ones. So I would say yeah, for sure. What is this game? This is River City Girls. So this is kind of like those arcade beat 'em ups that used to be on. They're always fun, right? You can do online, co-op, 4 players. Scott Pilgrim is very similar from Ubisoft. There's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They have their own now. I have like, what, Double Dragon has one for Steam now, like this, very, very much the same kind of look and feel. And then, what's the other one I was talking about earlier? Oh, Battletoads, if you remember that. Yeah, Red Dead really did well. What do you find, Ben? I mean, for your streams, is it always like RPGs, or is it like, you know, having a good mix? You said variety streaming anyhow, so like what have been some of your favorite things or your audience's favorite things to play or to see you play on the stream? I mean, you're more of the streamer than I am now, so I would look to you to tell me. Highlight her hair, yeah. Oh, I died. Okay, now we'll go back. We've got our... We can go back, we can switch characters, stuff like that. Oh, nope. I guess it just dropped us here. You can go back to the hideout and switch if you wanted to. I really wasn't watching. But yeah, this game would play at like 90 frames per second. So Persona 5's doing insanely well. I mean, it always is like you have the breakout titles from what I remember. Like Skyrim, when we were talking about Skyrim was one that always did well for me. Dark Souls, Fallout, Red Dead, as you mentioned. So yeah, there was certain titles that just really just brought people. And I would imagine like Fortnite would be another one. Like if you play Fortnite, you're probably guaranteed to get viewership. Oh, can we go through here? It looks like we could. Nope. Oh, that's locked. Let's see. Any other place we can go? We beat up the car. Nope, this isn't Final Fight. Now we can go back. How far are you into Persona 5? Are you like 10 hours in, 20, 30? There we go. Yeah, but I don't think we need to dwell on this one too long. This one's running just fine. Oops. There we go. Okay, yeah, let's jump over to the Legion Go. This, again, you could probably expect to get 90 on the device itself, 90 frames per second, no problem, through the entire game. I would love to see if this could do 144 on the Legion Go, but we won't be able to see that. Probably 10 hours in. Okay. Well, I mean, that's not bad. It's a 100-hour game, like you were saying, so you're definitely going to be probably wanting to get a little bit more done every week if you got the time. Let's jump over to the Legion Go. We'll take a look at the game quickly on here. There's nothing special. We do need to enable our Steam input. There we go. So we can use a controller. If we were to take the controllers off of the Legion Go, we'd be able to play just normal without enabling that. Stream is also heavily chat-centric, so there's a long pause for chat stuff. Yeah, so you slow down, you do a little bit of back and forth, and then you jump back into play for a bit. That was kind of like the way Skyrim was, for sure. Like, there'd be a lot of, like, just see where this horse can get to, or whatever, you know what I mean? Or, like, see how far you can get up that hill. Skip here. There we go. Yeah, the controller's not... It's working, but it's not working. Wait a minute. I bet because it sees the controller on the Legion Go. Give me 1 sec here. Let's see if we can't change the order. It has 2 Xbox controllers, that's why. Reorder, let's do that. So, I don't know which one I'm using. I'm going to guess that 2 goes to 1. Identify. Yeah, 2 is the one. Okay, so let's put this one. Now this should be the right order. No, still not allowing me to play. Let's swap it around. Maybe it's on controller 2 now. Reorder. Identify. And I'm going to move this one down. Reorder. Okay, now this one's on 2. Let's see. Yes, there we go. It gets a little weird, like when games notice that there's 2 controllers, although you're not, like we're not playing the Legion Go in our hand. I'm using just a regular Xbox controller hooked up to it via a dongle. And it's seeing the 2 controllers at the same time because it's a 4-player game or whatever. And it's thinking that, well, the Legion Go controller should always be number 1. And this one should be number 2, which is what we needed to do, is flip that so that the Xbox controller is number 1, or seen as number 1. Go nuts. What's your favorite current gen controller, by the way? If I'm playing the PS5, obviously the PS5, the way they take advantage of everything on it is amazing. You can use the PS5 controller for like Ghost of Tsushima on your PC, so kind of you get the benefit, but normally like just an Xbox One controller. This is a 1S or 1X controller, but like this is my favorite type to use. This is what I use. Like the way I have mine set up is like this is a studio external from my home, and it's connected via Ethernet though, so there's like a direct connection into the house. So like I've got my gaming PC here, I've got an Apple TV in the living room, and I have one of these controllers, and I do the Steam link from the Apple TV to the main PC here, like if I want to play in the house. Or if I want to play in the house, I'll take like one of the Steam Decks in, and I'm just playing in bed or whatever and doing gaming on that, but you can also Steam link it if you want to your PC. So that's kind of like the way I do it, but this is still my favorite generation controller. Although I love the PS5 controller when it works, when they're getting like 100% usage out of it, like Astro's Playroom or whatever it was. Astro's, the game that came with the PS5, if you downloaded it. It was an amazing example of that controller. Alright, let's see. We'll just quickly pick one of these characters here. Just gonna go. Yeah, see, it's got 2 players right now because it sees the second player on this thing. Let's just pick her. We'll just play 2 players. It's just both controllers are being picked up. Oh, that new Astrobot is gonna look cool. Yeah, it's like basically Mario, right? I gotta drag both characters over. Hang on. Because it sees it as 2 players. But we're getting 60 frames. No problem. We're going to have 60 frames. So, like I said, if you're on the device, I don't know if we can do that here or not. I don't think we can. If you're on the device screen, you're going to be able to get higher than 60 frames per second for sure. I think you might even be able to get that 144 hertz if you played at 1280 by 720. I think I would rather probably play at 1080p at 60 all the time than have to go down a little bit because you lose some, you know, obviously visual fidelity, drop in resolution, even if you use upscalers. Oh, where's she at? There she is. Taking on like 4 people right out the door. Oh, she's dead. Don't die on me. Alright, I've still got this one I can control with the Legion. Nope, she's dead too. Nope, she's alive. But yeah, these games are not going to press any device, so they're going to be just fine. Oh yeah, DLSS is really good. So is a FSR 3 frame generation. It does a really good job too. Come on. I gotta grab my machine over here. She's still alive? Nope, she's dead. Where are we gonna restart? I didn't really want to play 2 players here. Let's just try again. I think it's gonna do the same thing though. Yep. But yeah, you can see. I mean, these aren't games that are challenging these devices at all. So. They're just challenging me. Alright, let's see if we can't use some special powers on them. But yeah, especially, I mean, it's hard to believe, like, with 4080s and 4090s, you still need to do that on, like, some games, but I do use Frame Generation 3 usually on the games that support it, because you can pull 60 frames when normally it's only like 30, 35, 40 on the Steam Deck. There we go. Now we're down to 1 because our other person died. Welcome, Jerry Man. How are you? Wish the Xbox Series X wasn't such a lemon. Oh, man. Yeah, you know, it is a shame. It'd be nice. There's something up there I'd like to get. It is a shame that the Xbox is such a rough device to use. I mean, it's not amazing. And I bought one thinking like, oh, I'll really enjoy it. I'll get the best of both worlds. Never play it. It just sits behind the monitor. Like, I barely ever think about it. I use the controller that came with it for PC games, but yeah, that's about the extent of my using Xbox anymore. Let's get these plans out of here. But yeah, I think we're fine with this one. We can probably jump over to Bellwright. I decided to do Bellwright like towards the end because I think it's going to be the more involved game out of all these. So let's jump out. Let's do a little bit of overview of Bellwright and see how it runs. Oh, okay. Collie, thank you for stopping in. Appreciate you joining from Ben's stream. That was nice. Let's see. We will jump over to the Legion or the Steam Deck, and then we're going to use mouse and keyboard. The game can play, but it's only touchpad realistically that you're going to play with it. But since we've got a mouse and keyboard here and we're doing direct capture, let's just do that. Let's get out of here, back up. And then I need to flip the mouse over too. So give me 1 sec. There we go. Yeah, I don't know if they just felt like, oh, we have to have hardware ready, although they didn't really have great hardware. I mean, the Scorpio or the Xbox One, what was it? The Xbox One X. That was a nice machine. Like, that one probably would have carried them for a little bit. But I know they wanted to get like 4K. They wanted to have HDR. They wanted to have all this other stuff. So I guess it was what the plan came out to be, but it's definitely not a great device. All right, let's see. So this is an early access. This one's available for $26.99, I think right now. It's on sale, like $3 off if you go to Steam. And we may have to turn up the volume on this because this one seems like it's low. I don't even hear it. So give me one sec. Let me adjust. There may be no volume here. So I can't remember if there is or not. I don't think there is. Let's see. So graphics wise, I mean, it's going to get 60. We got everything set to low. Let's see what that, frame generation. It does have frame generation. Does it have FSR then? Or is it locked out? It might be locked out. I get this every once in a while where it gets locked out because of the capture card. So I guess we're going to be playing without frame generation now. Let's go ahead and do new. I think that's the guy that we had. Throw our character in. And start. Now, okay. I think we should be good. Both Sony and Microsoft launched during the global pandemic. Yeah. Yeah, I think they could have. Well, I guess, to their decision making. I mean, I guess they didn't know when the pandemic would end, right? So why wait if they could still manufacture it since they had already planned to? I mean, it could have probably, in hindsight, probably would have been better just to wait. I would have said, I was going to say delay it by like 6 months, a year and 6 months, 2 years, right? Something like that.
Isn't it funny?
I'm going to see if we can get through the story here. Get into the gameplay. There we go. Yeah, the shortage was really rough. I remember that. Look at that. That's 14 frames per second. 22, 28. This one runs rough. Usually city builders and that stuff will. And we've got it on low, so this is really bad performance. This would not be acceptable. I'm trying to see if I can go in and make any adjustments. I don't think there are. I'm not seeing it go. Yeah, exactly. It was rough. I mean, I remember people just sitting online, like they would come up available. You try to buy one, it'd be like gone, be out of stock, right? As soon as you click the button to buy it, right at the first second. I think we should probably try running this with Proton Hotfix. But I've got to see if it's even going to. I think it locked the Steam Deck up. So let's force close this. Let's try Proton Hotfix on it and see if that does anything for us to get this game to run. Because, we were seeing like 14 to 19 frames per second. It's pretty low. Nobody would want to play at that. Reminds me of the 3DO days. 3DO always ran things horribly. Oh, no, I get you. Yeah, that's true. I'm the same way. I have both of them. I only play PC though anymore. I do have the PS3 or PS5 down here. And still play some things on it, but not much. Like I'll play the Switch far more than I play the PS3 or PS5. Excuse me. Thought I was going to sneeze. Sneeze and cough at the same time. Let's go in. We'll try this one more time. It may not work at all. I would be surprised if Hotfix would fix this issue. But we'll give it a shot. That's what the show's for. So let's go in. Do Hotfix. And then launch the game. Do you ever play, and it might not be available on PC Game Pass. Do you ever try the PC Game Pass, Ben? Uh-oh, my headset's dying. That's not good. I thought I had more time on it. That's the one bad thing with these Apples. I bought this to travel with. Now I don't really travel, but if you don't keep them charged, they don't work pass through. They have to be charged to be on. Yeah, Game Pass is nice on that side. Yeah, being able to bounce back and forth. All right, let's try this again. Same settings. We're just going to try low everything. Back to menu, new game. We'll just take whatever character. What am I writing here? There we go. Welcome, Victor. Sorry, it's coming in Cyrillic? I can't read it. I don't have the right setup. Oh, yes. We are ready. I need to get that. I'm surprised that like Restream doesn't have like a on-demand translation. You spend a lot of time playing in your living room? On your laptop. Gotcha. Or is that just you spend a lot of time on the laptop? Is that what you're saying, Ben? Got you. From your laptop to playing it on your big rig. That's the nice thing. Same on Steam too, right? Being able to carry that save just between all the devices. Like, that's how we've been doing this tonight, right? Every save that I have, we're just starting it up on the Legion Go. And it's just picking up from where we left off. So, all nice support. I agree. I mean, that's one advantage for PC over any of the consoles. Well, we might be getting 30 frames per second. This will be better. There you go. Still 20s. Not amazing. And like I said, I think we have everything on the lowest setting. And it's still like chugging along. Like, it's not freezing, but 16 to 20 frames per second. I don't know too many people that put up with it. Yeah. And it looks just horrible. Look at those plants. They're so like pixelated. Okay, let's do this. I'm not going to say that this runs by any mean on the Steam Deck. So Bellwright, not so right. Let's jump off of here. Let's take a look at it on the Legion Go. The only way we may be able to get to play, yeah, it froze up again, is going to be putting the Legion Go on 1280 by 800. You have deck related question. Go for it, man. What is it? Honest, stupid for not knowing. Is Bluetooth compatible? Yes. Yeah, you can run Bluetooth on either device. Both of them have it, and they can use any kind of like headphones. Another section, and then start the filming or the theme or whatever. Did it crash out? Is it coming back, or is it still like crashed? I think it's coming back up. Yeah, Starlink's having a fit. It's back. Yeah, that was Starlink doing its thing. Like it was just having its fit right in the end. So we're almost to the end anyhow, so this is good. Hopefully it'll hold out and we'll do it again. But so we're on the Legion Go. We've got it set to 1080, but let's just change this one since we know it's going to take a lot. Let's just move it to 720. And I've got to adjust the capture dice for this. So for that, I got to go into properties. Then I just got to tell it like you're at 720. And we'll extend this out. So we'll try to give the Legion Go as much as the advantage as we can here, just to see how it plays. So it's definitely not going to reach 144 hertz, but we'll leave it be. Do that. And then let's just go in, click save. Okay. Start. And yes. Yeah, it's a tough one to do these types of streams, or to do any streaming, right? That's why I think I'd mentioned it to you when you first started swinging over to YouTube. That's why like I started doing YouTube, was because when I moved out of here 7 years ago, I knew I wasn't going to be able to stream. Back then I didn't even have Starlink. So I figured, well, I could be doing something with video and then uploading it and then building, you know, an audience, you know, fan base there kind of thing for the channel. And that's what I ended up doing. So fortunately, YouTube's been good. You know, I finally got over 5 figures for an audience over there, where I think the highest I ever was on Twitch was like 3,000 or 2,500 or something like that. And then subsequently, since I didn't stream over there for years, I lost a lot of people. But yeah, it's been really good. Love the YouTube side. I like Twitch as well. I like, you know, I do stream to like Twitter and Facebook and LinkedIn. Twitter or X is the best out of those three for sure.
Was it chosen for you? The day you
LinkedIn is just because I have it, right? I've got enough followers over there. I can do it. I don't know if I like the circle jerk executive feeling of LinkedIn anymore. Everybody's over there just to say, oh, here's what I did so great, and like get people to clap for them. It kind of gets on your nerves. There was a guy, I don't even know who he is, that we follow each other, and he was like saying, oh, we're working today. That's what an entrepreneur's life is. And I'm like, dude, I work 7 days a week. I don't know what's so special about working on a Saturday. I don't make posts about it. Oh, I love the mountains, man. That's why like I do what I do now, and I got out of the gaming industry stuff, right? The gaming industry was kind of collapsing in. So like they wanted everybody to work back in the offices. I live too far away for that. I tried doing it for that role that I was doing for that previous company, just through that 6 months that I was there. And I was like, man, this sucks. I don't want to do this. So, okay, now let's give Bellwether a little bit of freedom here. It's still shit. We're looking at a really horrible experience here. Not the game, just the experience on the Legion Go. We have it at 1280 by 800 or 1280 by 720. We've got it completely on low across the board, and we're barely hitting 25 frames, 30 frames per second at the most. And it just looks god awful. Like, you can't even tell he's got a face. It's just like some maybe eye sockets or something. Oh, but I mean, living out here, it's amazing, dude. Just, there's nothing like this area. It's, if you remember in Skyrim, right? If you remember Riverwood, the first town you usually come to in the game, it's identical to Riverwood. There's a huge river that runs through it. There's a bridge. We live right along the river, and it's a small little town. It has like one bar. It has one restaurant, or not even a restaurant, but like a tavern kind of thing, like an inn. And there's like a general store where we get our mail. You didn't care about the... Yeah, I mean, Seattle changed a lot. It definitely is different. Yeah, I used to love it in the 90s, 2000s. It's gotten a little bit dangerous, right, to be down there. It's not super dangerous. I'm not sitting there saying it's gonna, like, you're gonna die going to Seattle. It's highly unlikely, right? But they just can't get their head around the homeless problem in terms of like how to make it better, how to like build areas or build housing for folks, and kind of bring up programs to help them get out of the drugs that are causing them to have that circular issue. Not everybody that's homeless is on drugs, I'm not saying that, but I mean, like, a lot of younger folks do get led into that life by that. So it's definitely bad that way. And they got to come up with better ideas about like how to build housing. Amazon bought like all of South Lake Union. So gentrification kind of impacted everybody. So the people that could afford to live down there can no longer afford to live anywhere near the city. Yeah, I know. The first time you come here, you see it. It's definitely noticeable. Seattle's got a little bit of issues in that, but in general, like, it was just so nice to be able to go down and like hang out in Belltown, you know, go and do stuff like that years ago. Like, go to the Space Needle. Not that you would go up the Space Needle, but I mean, like, go around the Space Needle, see all the like the fun stuff they were doing around that area, go to, you know, downtown towards Pioneer Square. But then it got to be pretty dangerous. Like, I was driving through there one night. I think it was my wife and I went down for a Seahawks game. It was like a preseason. We can't afford the regular ones. It was a preseason game that we'd bought tickets from somebody, I think. And we went down and we were going to park in one garage, and there was literally a group of people just busting out backs of windows of SUVs in that parking garage. So we just left the parking garage and went somewhere else. Like, they were just walking through, hitting it with a sledgehammer and breaking them out. Like, people standing right by their car and all of that stuff. I hadn't seen that even in like Philadelphia. Right. And I lived in Philly, I lived in New York City. Never ran into that. That was kind of ridiculous. I'm sure it happens everywhere, but I mean, like, I had never seen it like that. Brazen kind of thing. PAX Prime, yeah. Tickets went on sale. I don't think I'm going this year. That'll be the first time in like, since it started in 2001 or 2 or whenever it was, when it used to be in the Maidenbauer Center in Bellevue. I don't think I'm going this year. Last year was so depressing. It was not even the same show by any means. They had some cool indie stuff still there, but that was it. That's the only thing that I would go for. Yeah, I know. Everybody's got their issues. Look at this. This game's got an issue. They need to get some optimization for lower end devices. My goodness. I would like to try this on the 1090 or the 4090 and just see. I think we can call this good, though. Probably not up to snuff. Yeah, they need a little bit more time. I think it is still in early access. I don't want to make the dev look bad. I'm playing it on a device that probably, I know for a fact they wouldn't optimize it for right away. And vice versa for the Steam Deck. Oops. I think when I quit out, let me fix this really fast. It went back to the 1080p resolution and it lost our signal. Give me one sec. Boom. There we go. There we go. Now we're back. So, we got about 15 minutes. Let's take a look at the one that I picked, which is The Tribe Must Survive. It came out last week. Oh. I thought I'm hearing that audio issue. I don't know. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. We're going to play this one with mouse and keyboard again. Yeah, it'd been nice if the Seahawks or the Mariners could be good. It's sad when we have and this is not, sorry, when I say it's not sad given that the WNBA has a good team here. What's sad is they're the youngest team and they've got 2 world championships already, right? I mean, even our MLS team is pretty good. Well, it was a long time ago. I don't think it's as good anymore. What is going on? Why aren't you? Let's see if it'll launch full screen. It should launch full screen, but it's just doing this weird thing where it's kind of stuck in a 720p window right now. Bust quarterback. Bust or best? So bad or best QB? I didn't even see who you guys drafted. Let's see. So this game very much reminds me of They Are Billions with some other I don't know, almost what was it called? Don't Starve. But you're bust. JJ McCarthy. Okay, gotcha. Is a bum. Yeah. No, okay, now I know. Yep. The Twitter. Yeah, if your Twitter is your main source of they've got a good person on their hands, that's bad, right? I think we gotta disconnect our mouse to get this to go. There we go. So I've already got one started. We're gonna play at 1080p, 60 hertz. Actually, yeah, that's all we can do here because of the capture card. Let's go ahead and just run this. I still hear that audio issue. Whenever I change the resolutions on this or anything like that, it screws it up. I shouldn't have done that. I should have just let it run. Then it probably wouldn't run all. That would have been the end of that. So very much it gets dark, it gets light. You've got your kind of base for your people. You've got your log harvesters. You've got your storage, so it's kind of like Frostpunk also, right? It has that. You've got your hunting cottage. All your people kind of work. You got your little buildings that you build for them. Let's see. Can we build anything? You got a hunter's hall, stone pit. I think we'd have to find stone. Can we build the adventure one? Not enough resources yet. Nope. Now it's getting dark again. It's like the dude played for Michigan. There's one quarterback out of Michigan in the last 40 years. That's funny. Yeah, true. I don't know, man. What do you? I'm interested to watch the Steelers this year with to see if. Oh God, what was his name? Went to Colorado from us. I can't remember his name. I kind of forgot about him once he left Seattle. Dude, I can't even think of his name. Yeah, I don't think Seahawks really, though, have too much of a chance. I mean, we'll have a new head coach. It'll kind of all be new team, pretty much. Russell. Yeah, Jesus. Wilson. Yeah, we'll see what he does in Steelers. I think he was given a raw. I mean, he got a lot of money to go to Colorado, but I think he should have stuck with Pete, most likely. But I think Pittsburgh will actually be a little bit better for him. I think there was so much riding on him, and then that first year just nobody cared, and that probably crushed him. Although he was making tons of money, so he might have been just fine. What can we build here? So yeah, everybody's safe. There's been no attacks. Can we do wood planks? Do we have enough for that? I don't think we have to put everything right next to each other. Maybe we do. Nope. Maybe we'll need to go to the stone pile first. Let's do that. Stone pile. Can we do that one? There we go. We kind of set it on top of the stone pile, so I'm wondering, like, did we just, like, blow the stone pile away? Seems odd. Firing Pete, I don't know, man. Pete Carroll's getting up there. Maybe he's just done. Ready to retire. Go home. Hang. The guy's like, what, 76? He runs up and down that field like he's 35, but I don't know. He's been around a long time, and that's kind of some of the things, like, I think, like, I'm not trying to say, like, old people can't do anything, or myself or anybody, but it's like, man, wouldn't you like just to give some younger people a chance to do stuff in anything, especially the government? Not saying this is a government conversation. I'm just saying, like, term limits should be a thing. And term limits should be anything, like being head coaches and stuff like that. Going back to the U.S., well, there was that rumor, right? He was potentially going to go back into college. Let's see. Everybody's doing their thing. We got rocks now. But yeah, this is just like a peaceful little game. But there's also a little bit of advanced stuff that we need to get into where we're getting attacked. Discontent and growth. So we've got to make them a little bit happier. So what do they need? Cohesion. We're still good there. Everybody still seems, well, they're a little bit scared, but I mean, they've got pretty much some content. Outpost fires. Oh, you know what? That probably would be a thing. Like if we had not enough resources on it. Hi, Jonathan. How are you? Welcome. Welcome. Thank you for dropping in from Arizona. We're just taking a look at the final game of the week. If you've never caught the show, like, people vote on what goes on the show every week. We went through the 5 games. We did, what did we do tonight? Subnautica. Tainted Grail, Fall of Avalon. Bellwright, which didn't run at all, really. It ran, but it was really horrible on both devices. Multiversus we did, which ran great. What was the other one? River City Girls 2. That one ran just fine. So those were all voted on by the viewers and the people that are, part of the channel, subscribe or just watch the channel. Everybody can vote each day. I do a poll every day, Monday through Friday. It goes up on YouTube, and everybody's able to vote on it. And then this game I chose, because I thought we'd take and give it a show on here. This is one that came out last week, so we can close it. It's kind of like they are billions / don't starve. That's kind of how I put it, right? You're gathering resources, Your hunters are going out hunting. You're trying to not die because there's things that are going to chase you, come after you, stuff like that in the dark. And you can assign your workers, like everybody's doing their thing there. Do we have wood? It says our stockpile is there. There's our granary. And we've got multiple wood. Right, this just turns it off, I think. Yeah, it pauses it. We can even switch out who we want to work on them. But this is running on the Lenovo Legion Go. And it runs just fine, like 60 frames per second. Celeco. Oh, okay, very cool. How do you like it? Oh, I just deleted it. How did I do that? I'm playing on a mouse and keyboard with this, so I actually accidentally hit something there. Building upgrades. I don't think we have any upgrades set. What was their fear was one of their issues. Shocking past. Going to bed. Oh, maybe they need more. That might be one thing. They may need more tents. I may not have had enough sleeping room. I started off of a save that I hadn't really done a lot with, so I couldn't remember. It's fun. Oh, nice. Very cool. Is that your normal routine? Like turn on a YouTuber and play a game? I think that's everybody's routine. That's my routine. I'll sit there and I have like 3 screens here and I'll be playing my game and I'll have like a YouTuber over here or Twitch person or something like that. Twitch stream going on. Oh, boomer shooters. Yeah, very cool. Yeah, I could see it. That's a great game for it. There's what was the other one that came out that I saw? I was going to actually say we should check that out here on the channel. Oh, what was that? Give me one sec. I'm just curious. Oh, my mouse is going all over the place. Get me back up here. There we go. It should connect now. We'll watch our little people. There we go. Oh, now it's screwed up. Now we got to go back. Hopefully I can do that with my... No, I can't. Oh, come on. I have to go with this one. The reason why it went all the way over is because the Legion Go's mouse then became active. Where the hell did everybody go? Anyhow. Oh, they're there. What was the one that I saw coming out? Well, there's... And this is okay, this is a plug because Humble's a partner of ours, but it's not meant to be a plug. I was just going to tell you that they're doing a boomer shooter. Do you know Night Dive Studios? They've got a bundle for boomer shooters over there right now. I don't know if it's all boomer shooters. It's like FPS games. But I mean, like, do you ever play... Oh, there's the enemies, I think, with the little white eyes. Or those are people. No, those are our people. Mullet Mad Jack. Yeah, that one's another one I looked at. That wasn't it. That was it. What was the game? I'm trying to find it for you here right now. What was the one that I saw the other day? I think I wishlisted it. I don't think it's Celeco. I hope it's not. And then I'm wasting your time. Where did that go? Why can't I find my wish list right now? So weird. Usually, I think my Steam needs to reset. There it is. I went in and found it a different way. What was the one most recently followed? I usually go through and I try to find all of them as well, because I like boomer shooters. Your rank, name, date added. There we go. What was that? Rip Out. Did you ever check out Rip Out? It just, I think it came out of like early access, right? It looks really good. It's kind of got the newer like graphic feel. It's definitely not the same age, but it's okay. You haven't played it. You've played it already. Gotcha. It looked interesting. I hadn't tried it though. The full release just came out. Oh, you have Turok 1, 2, and 3. Okay, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, that was from Night Dive. That was the deal. It wasn't too bad. I forget what it was, like $15 or $20 for, what, 8 or 9 games. They've got that new engine that they use where they can basically take like N64 games and just run them through it, and it's not as simple as that, but then they just kind of like kick it out and it picks up the it's able to kind of go right into Steam pretty much. It's a little bit more than that, but I mean in general that's how it kind of works. I forget who made it. Vintage Man something or other on YouTube. I can't remember his name. Modern Vintage Gaming, Modern Vintage Retro, something like that. He works for them, and he talks about like the efforts they did to build that engine to be able to like basically take like the N64 and just drop them right in. Or retro games, I guess, in that sense. I think we're probably good here. Okay, here's where we start to get visitors into our camp. If you truly need it, you can have our blood. Go leech somebody else. Nobody's taking our blood. But yeah, you get it. You get like some of those story aspects where different traders approach things like that. What we would call traders, like in other games. But you got to start building like your defense. You know, the way to survive. This is kind of the world. You can go and unlock different areas. It's a nice little game. It just came out though. The developer reached out, sent me a copy of the key, so I figured, well, we'll take a look at it on here. Cultic? Yeah. Forgive me, I've got both of those. I've done those ones too. I like Forgive Me Father 1 and 2. Cultic. How about God, what was the name of it? It's a humble game. They make it. Oh, I can picture it. Why can't I think of it? What was it? It's really good. I do like Forgive Me Father, though. I think that's a great game. Oops, I'm on the wrong screen. That's there it is, Humble Games. Came out the same time or close to Signalis. Proteus. Jeez, I don't know why. Yeah, Proteus. Did you ever play that one? I like that one. I thought that was really good. I mean, obviously I still like the newer Doom games. They run amazingly well on anything they play on. Yeah, Proteus is good. I like that one. Yeah, boomer shooters have always been fun. I was trying to think if there was any other ones. Like, Forgive Me Father, those ones have been kind of unique. Just in the art design, the kind of 2D character sprites or pixels in the 3D environment. Obviously, the latest Doom Eternal and that stuff, like I said, they run amazing on any of the... I mainly show, if you haven't watched the channel before, I mainly show the games running on Steam Deck and, portable PCs, but those ones all run exceptionally well. I would imagine, like, probably this, I don't know, rip out, maybe. I don't know. Might not, maybe not. It says it's playable. It doesn't say it's actually verified, so it's probably going to run into there. But there's Celico. Is it Celico or Celico? Selaco. That's how it is. From Altered Orbit. Yeah. I have to check that one out. I might do that. I might do a video on that this week. I wanted to do Mad Jacks, but everybody vote. Not that I have a problem with it. I like all the games that everybody votes on, but I did have Mad Jack, Mullet Mad Jack up for vote last week, but I forget what game we played that was up against it. I don't remember off the top of my head. I think what won out against it? Because that was here. Let's see. I can look it up. I was kind of surprised because I thought it looked really good. It was getting a lot of visibility from Steam. Obviously, it kind of dissipated really fast. But Mad Jack went up against... I guess that was 2 weeks ago. It went up against Ghost of Tsushima. That's why. It was like I kind of pull a couple games together that are new for the week, and those all went together. If it was any other game, I think it would have beat it. But yeah, Ghost of Tsushima had a lot of people wanting to see that. Have you played Dread Templar? Yeah, I have. I've got that one. I think that's Merge, is it? Is it Merge that does Dread Templar? No, Fulcrum. Fulcrum does that. Yeah, Fulcrum sends me all their games. So I get a chance to check those out pretty much right away. Merge has been pretty good. But yeah, what was the other one? So Dread Templar isn't... Forgive Me, Father 1 and 2. That's from Fulcrum as well. Yeah. Ion Fury. Yeah, I've shown that one. That new Ion Fury one, though, I haven't shown. What is it? Is it the... Is it a medieval? Ion Fury a medieval? Wraith. Or Wrath. That's another one I can remember. Was it Viscera Fest? Have you ever played that one? That one was nuts. That's a really fast game. I like that. That was fun. Definitely not the standard. Phantom Fury. That's the other one. Yeah. Ion Fury is the one I played. Phantom Fury I have not played. There's a lot of good boomer shooters out there. Yeah, especially from the indie community. They have really taken that mantle and kind of run with it. Maybe that... Because there's Hyper-Violent as well, right? Graven. Now, that kind of gets into, like, a little bit of the magic kind of thing. What was the other one that I played that it was interesting? It's kind of like a roguelike. Can't remember off the top of my head. Man, after you play 1,000 games in a year, you start to forget which ones actually were what. The Last Exterminator. I haven't seen that one. I don't think I've seen that one. What was the other one? It was kind of like a boomer shooter, but it plays like a roguelike where you get sent back. It's not Viscera Fest, which is like that. I think that one has that too, where you just make the run as fast as possible, die, go back at it. It's not like that necessarily. And I bet I don't have it cataloged. I try to like put these because I've got so many games that we show I kind of try to like bulk them together. And I do have boomer shooter category, but I don't think I have it in there. I don't think I considered that, but it is very much like that. What was it though? I guess I hadn't done it. I haven't done a good job of cataloging these because I've got a lot of games that are not in these things, in these little categories I've made. Oh, it's because I'm only looking at the soundtrack. Hold on. That was my mistake. I was like, I didn't put anything in there. Yeah, it still doesn't look like I've kept up with it. Because there should be a bunch in here, probably like 20. And there's not. Yeah, I don't know where the other one is. I swear I've done a video for it. Oh, anyhow. Tons of those. Tons of boomer shooters. I don't know if I could find it. If I just type that in, that'll probably come up. It's not one of the it's not one of the normal suspects making it either. There we go. Yeah, Iron Fury, Aftershock, played all those. Dusk. I like Dusk. Dusk is actually interesting. Turbo Overkill, I like the faster ones too. Cultic, like you said. Medieval. Proteus. What was the one though? No, not Nightmare. Reaper. Wrath. Chop Goblins, that one's a weird one. Oh, Bolt Gun. Did you like Bolt Gun? Warhammer Bolt Gun? I like that one. Strafe. I like those. Oh, Astro Swarm. That was an interesting one. I just played that one. It's kind of like where you're defending. It's like a boomer shooter tower defense. That one's kind of interesting. Hyper-violent. Bloodhound. Impaler. Hexen. Mother Gunship. I like Mother Gunship. Not bad. Jason Garrett, thank you for subscribing. We're just kind of sitting here talking about boomer shooters. Just enjoying discussion about like all of those ones. I'm still looking for the one that I thought was really interesting when I played it, but I cannot remember it, man, for the life of me. It's in the library somewhere. Oh, I wonder if I can... Realistically, I'm probably going to waste time by doing that. If I just keep going looking for this, I could filter it out probably to just my library. But I'm looking on here and I can't seem to find it. Metal Hellslinger. How do you like those? I know that's not a normal boomer shooter, but like where it's like rhythm based. I had fun with it. I thought it was pretty good. Was it? No, it wasn't that one. My God, there are so many in here. Crazy. Yeah, I can't find it right now. It's not traditionally, I don't think it's seen as a traditional. Oh, wait, no. You know who makes it? It's Humble that makes it. What? That's what, I remember it now. It's not the traditional boomer shooter style, but it's definitely a boomer shooter, in my opinion. And nobody, well, I wouldn't say nobody seemed to like it, but it didn't really get a lot of like, it didn't have a lot of people playing it or interested in it. Let's say interested in it. Let's just say that. It was called Temtown. No, not Temtown. Unpack. No, Into the Pit. Into the Pit is the game I'm thinking of, where it's like an FPS, a retro FPS roguelite, where you're in a town, you unlock like the various town shops where you really don't go into, but you see the people, you talk to them, you get what you get from them, and then you choose like what run you want to do, and it drops you in, and you're just like shooting things with your hands and stuff like that, magic wise. I don't know. I liked Into the Pit. I thought it was really cool. I enjoyed it. It was a fun game. It's got mixed results, but I don't know. I liked it. Well, folks, I think that's probably it for the night. We've looked at a couple games that everybody voted on. Well, 5 games that everybody voted on. And we took a look at this 6th one, The Tribe Must Survive. And I think, oops, I don't know what it's doing now. The tribe is not surviving. It's jumping over to Windows. But I think we're probably going to call it good there. I do appreciate everybody for hanging out. If you don't know, which we talked about a little bit, all the games that are chosen, except for that 6th one, are voted on by you. So you guys make the difference. You actually do the voting throughout the week. I put the votes up every day around noon. Usually it's at noon, but then like Friday it got screwed up, and I think it went up until 2 because I didn't hit post. I wrote it. I just didn't click post. I thought I did. And it didn't go up until about 2 o'clock, but that's okay. We don't do this show until 7. But 4 games go up every day, Monday through Friday. And then you vote on which one you want to see played on the Steam Deck or on the Legion Go. And essentially out of that week, out of the votes, one winner moves forward to Saturday. So you get 5 games Monday through Friday that move to Saturday's show. And then we also do the one that I choose. So we show 6 usually. And just kind of sit around and talk about games and what everybody's doing. So if you want that type of thing, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, just click subscribe on YouTube, follow on Twitch, any of those. But you can only vote on YouTube. It's hard to make everything work. So if you haven't followed on or subscribed on YouTube, you don't have to subscribe. Just go over to YouTube and do the vote. And it's under Factor of Games. It's every, like I said, Monday through Friday at noon. Best way to do is subscribe. You get notified. And then when the vote goes up, if you click that bell, and then we take all those and move them forward. And that's what the show starts at 7 p.m. every Saturday Pacific time. So we go through and check out all those games and see what runs and what doesn't run and what settings they run best on. Otherwise, every day on YouTube, more videos go up of these of every game, you know, that I have access to that runs on the Steam Deck. And we do the Legion Go and I've done VR, do mobile games, do PC games on a 4090. So you can check out all sorts of different gaming content. But I do appreciate everybody stopping in. And if you haven't already, like I said, like the video or comment on it. Let me know what your favorite boomer shooter is, or any of the games that you saw this week, what your favorite games were out of that, if there was anything that made sense. Otherwise, I am going to cue up the outro music, and we will talk next Saturday. But if you have anything, comment on any video, and we can chit chat on there as well throughout the week. All right, folks, everybody, like I said, have a great weekend, good rest of your weekend, have a great night, and we'll talk next week. See ya.